Okay, here it is. Retirementality vlog episode number 1. This is something that I've been wanting to do for quite some time now, and I've been postponing it. I've been waiting. I needed a fancy light. I needed a new backdrop, which this just came in the mail yesterday. If you know how to get these wrinkles out, leave a comment down below. I ironed it, I hung it, I stretched it. I don't know what's going on. But I got my favorite shirt on. I got my hair slicked back. Let's get this thing going. So let's start out. I want to tell you, what is retirementality? What is this? What is this word I've never heard of? Well, I do love to make up words. So I took retirement and I took mentality and I put them into one word because the idea that people have of retirement, it just isn't what it used to be anymore. My dad's idea of retirement was you go to work for IBM, you get a job at a corporation, they give you a pension, you get your Social Security, you work till you're 70, and then I don't know what you do after that. Unfortunately, by the time my parents retire, they spend all their time now going to doctor's appointments and not being able to do a lot of things that they wish they could do because they worked too long. And I don't want to do that. And I've always been an entrepreneur. I went to college. I got a degree in business management with an emphasis in entrepreneurship and small business. I rarely can spell it, but I always knew that I wanted to be self-employed. And when you're self-employed, you don't have that big company pension and the gold watch at the end of 60 years of working for somebody else. So I've always known that I need to be responsible for my own retirement. When I was 20, I thought if I could just come up with 10 ideas, 10 small businesses that could create $1,000 a month of passive income, then I could retire and just let those things I was thinking, like vending machines and all these other little things I could do. And then that idea sort of morphed into, well, what if I bought 10 rental properties and each one of those rental properties made me $1,000? Then I could just stop working. I got $10,000 a month coming in before I get out of bed in the morning, and I'm living the good life. So that's kind of the trajectory of how I got started on this whole thing. I bought my first property when I was about 20, I think I was 29 when I bought my first property. It was a duplex. And I house hacked before house hacking was a word. So I was renting the downstairs. I was living in the upstairs. I lived in that for 2 years. And then I bought another house. So then I was renting that. So before I go too far down the rabbit hole, my point is, why should you listen to me on this whole thing about retirementality? Well, I've owned a mortgage company and I've invested in real estate. I've had my real estate license. I started investing when I had the mortgage company. I was out in Montana. I owned my house. I bought the duplex. I had a flip house. I owned a commercial building that my mortgage company was in. And in the middle of my flip house, the market tanked. It was 2008. The market just fell out. And I got stuck with the flip house not being able to be sold. My mortgage company wasn't making any money. And I lost everything. I was 32 years old. I was $1.2 million in debt, and I was trying to refinance one house to pay the bills and I had employees and 3 mortgages, and the whole house of cards just kind of crumbled down on me, and I lost everything. I went to zero. I had like $12,000 in the bank, and I just said, screw it. I'm leaving Montana. I moved to the beach, and I got a crappy job there for a while, living on the beach. I ended up getting evicted out of a house I was living in there, and anyway, long story short, I met a girl, we started dating, we moved to Florida. She had a little bit of money in the bank. We took that, we bought our first property. She was a school teacher. She was making like $50,000. I got a sales job. I was making about $50,000 also. And we bought a little small house on the beach there that I think our mortgage payment was around $600. And we lived on one salary and we saved the other salary. So within 1 year, we were able to save enough money to put 20% down on a duplex. So we were basically able to start living for free. So now we were able to start saving even more of our money. So we just decided, well, let's just back to my original plan in my 20s. Let's get 10 properties that we could make $1,000 a month off of. So it got easier. The more houses we got, the more money we could save. We had more money coming in from those houses. And with my background of owning the mortgage company, I knew some tricks on what we needed to do to qualify for the next mortgage as far as how much income we should show. Anyway, long story. I wanted you to know kind of my background story so you know where I'm coming from. But with this channel, with the Retirementality, what I want it to be is I want it to be real. I'm not going to teach you what Dave Ramsey or Susie Orman or whoever you've heard of before wants to tell you about. I'm going to tell you what I've done. I'm going to tell you mistakes I've made, successes I've had, and hopefully this is something that can help somebody, even if I'm just an inspiration or I can show people like I did it. I came from zero, from going broke, trying to play this game and not doing it smart. I say you got to be careful what you wish for, because my goal was to be a millionaire by the time I was 30. And by the time I was 30, I don't know if I was 31 or 32, I always said, well, I don't care if I have $1 million of debt, if I have $1 million of stuff. I wasn't trying to get a net worth of $1 million. I was trying to get an accumulation of $1 million worth of stuff, regardless of the debt that I had on it. And I hit that goal, but when the market tanked and I didn't have enough equity to hang on to it, the bank took it all and I went back to zero. So I say you have to be careful what you wish for. Hopefully I can teach you how to not make the same mistakes that I did. You know, I've done this twice now, and I've did it sort of the reckless way, and now I'm doing it the safe way. And from going to zero, I now have a net worth. It took me about 6 years to get to a net worth over $1 million. And I don't say that to brag, but I didn't spend $1 million to get $1 million net worth. I invested smart. I have rental income coming in. I've basically hit financial independence at this point. You know, I have 6 rental properties that each make they net around 10, 15,000 a year. So I'm netting after expenses probably around $80,000 right now for my rental properties. And my expenses aren't $80,000, but I want to get to a level where I'm netting at least $100,000 before I really pull the plug and say that I fired or retired early. Although I don't think any of us really retire anymore. That's hence the whole thing with the Retirementality also. It's more about our time, passion projects like this YouTube thing that I want to do. You know, we're trying to gain time. Nobody wants to sit in an office for 40 hours a week and just make money for somebody else till they're 70 years old. So if we can get to a place where we can have the passive income coming in to live the life that we want. I'm living on a Caribbean island right now. My wife came home at the beginning of the year and said she needed a change of scenery, and she got a job in a Caribbean island. So we moved. You know, I walked away from a real estate job that I've been building up my business for the past 5 years. She took about a 15% pay cut so that we could move somewhere twice as expensive as where we were living. Probably not the best financial decision that we've made, but like, we're supposed to have fun along the way also. The journey is the destination, right? So it's not about just being frugal and withholding joy. There's a way you can do this and you can enjoy yourself and you can have fun and at the end of the day be successful all at the same time. So hopefully this is something that I can help you with and that we can go on this journey together, because right now I have 0 subscribers, 0 likes, 0 comments, 0 Instagrammers, 0 Facebookers, 0 nothing. I'm just starting from scratch. This is just something that I thought I could do to help people. Hopefully I have a message that resonates with some people that, you know, want to accomplish what I've accomplished, or they're already on this path. So hopefully you can come on this journey with me. Please do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, make a comment, say, hey Jeff, we love what you're doing. We're pulling for you. We're going to tell all of our friends and we're going to make this thing blow up. Hopefully we can all hope. Thank you for any support that you do give me. And let's see where this goes. Hopefully it's fun, another fun journey.